and kittens. Welcome back to Hi Kai. Okay, so I said that I would be back with another love story. So here I am. The last time that I was like telling you guys about how I got my heart broken in China, it was just like a little bit too sad. So I wanted to tell you guys like a bit of like a funnier story, a more fun story. So let's just get into it. Okay, so those who follow me on the gram, you know that here in China, like I do some like classes, dance classes or whatever. So anyway, I met this girl at a dance class, and for her birthday, she invited me out, and she played basketball. And so when I went to her birthday party, like I was just like really shocked by so many really hot guys that were at her birthday party. So like she had like a private thing, like she rented out like this Middle Eastern kind of like vibe place. They had hookah and like shababs and all the good stuff. And I wasn't gonna go. I actually wasn't feeling well. This is a funny thing. This is how God works, right? I wasn't feeling well. I was on my period, I think, so I had like really bad cramps, and I just was like, ugh. But I'm like, you know what? Like, let me just go. It was like on a Thursday, and I worked the next day. But I went ahead, I went out, and first I was gonna go looking bummy. You know how when you don't feel well, so you just like, oh, I'm gonna throw on something. And something told me, like, just put a little bit of effort into your presentation. So I was like, all right, fine. And I went and I did my makeup, put on an outfit, and I went. And so when I got there, it was like all these really good looking guys. Not only that, like I felt like everyone was really tall, because I didn't notice she played basketball. So that's how I found out. I'm like, why is everyone here like 6'7"? And I'm like, but I love it though, because like honestly, like tall guys, I'm a tall girl, so tall guys are kind of hard to come by. And then there was this one particular guy who I thought I thought a few guys were cute, but he was like real cute. But anyway, it was like me, one guy, and then that guy that was like really cute. He ends up introducing himself to me like through his friend. So it was like me, his friend, Cutie, and he's like, hey, what's up, where you from, you know, la da da. So I'm like, oh, you know. So we just like mingling, and then he told me that he's from Congo, and I was like, oh, cool. And I'm like, all right, cool, that's cool. So like what's the official language? And he was like, the official language is French. And I was like, oh, because I don't know much about Congo. So I was like, oh, really? That's really cool. So I'm like, is it like French, or like, is it a dialect of French? Because I know a lot of Haitians. I know if you're from America, you know a lot of Haitians, and Haitians speak a dialect of French, right? So which is very similar, but it's just not quite the same. So he got offended. He's like, do you speak English? Because you ain't from England. And I was like, whoa, slow your roll, bruh. Like, I wasn't even trying to come at you. Like, chill, you know? And so it was like a bit awkward, because he really did take offense of that comment. But that's just how I talk. I don't know. A lot of times I'm always like, do you want to eat, or do you want to eat? Like, you know, like if I say it twice, it just kind of like exaggerates the question. But anyway, this is how he broke the ice. He was like, you know what? It's over. I like chicken. Do you love chicken? Because I love to eat chicken. That's my favorite meat. Yo, I could eat that all the time. And I'm like, yeah, I like chicken. For real. Like, so we just had this whole conversation about chicken. Mind you, we're like leaning over, talking like in between with someone in between us. And his friend was like, you know, I'm a go. And we like, nah, you stay right there. You stay right there. Because the conversation about chicken was a bit like, it was still like that animosity about the whole language thing, which was really funny. But anyway, we had a good laugh, and we ended up like on good terms. And before I left, like we were just like flirting the entire night. And I was like, he's so charismatic. He's really cute. Like, he's dressed nice. We had the French accent is the French accent is amazing. So I was like, oh, he's a whole vibe. Like, where he been at my whole life? But anyway, I didn't want to jump the gun, but he definitely, like, before I left, he tracked me down and was like, I would love to talk to you. And I was like, what do you mean you would love to talk to me? And he's like, I would love to just, you know, like, take you out and all that stuff, but first, like, can we just talk on the phone? Because, like, I feel like this generation doesn't do that. I'm like, me too. I feel like this generation does not talk on the phone and just, like, vibe out with people. They just want to rush things. And he's like, yeah, let me get your phone number and let's, like, genuinely have a conversation on the phone. And I'm like, I'm down. So, like, I gave him my number, and from there, like, we kind of kept in contact, but it wasn't like what I wanted it to be. But I'm one of those people, I'm like, you know, you don't know what people are doing in their life, so I'm not gonna rush things. Like, if he wants to speak to me, like, he will. He did hit me. So he hits me up and he's like, look, I'm tired of playing games, like, let's get together. I'm, you know, definitely coming out to your town and I just want to have, like, a day with you. Something about the way he communicated with me once we weren't together that I was like, I don't like this. Like, I like consistency, and it was like an inconsistency with him that I noticed right off the bat. Ended up meeting him at this place, and he was very much a gentleman. Like, him and his friends were very nice. He just, oh my God, he looked extra good that night. Like, I was like, he looks so good. Like, but anyway, we was just, like, talking, and then, like, after a few drinks, like, I feel like we both kind of got, like, a little bit more loose. Like, the tension kind of wasn't there anymore, and we just had, like, a good talk. I'm like, you know, like, I don't really, we supposed to have been hung out by now and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I know, I'm gonna do better, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then the music. Okay, so if you don't know, like, South African, like, Afrobeat music, y'all need to get on that. When I tell you, it just makes you want to dance. It makes you want to dance. I'm the type of girl, like, I'm at a party, I kind of act all cute. Like, I'm like, I don't really, like, dance. I don't be like, yeah, boy, you gonna get this. I don't do all of that. But the drinks, him, like, I'm just so comfortable around him. Like, I think I was the most comfortable I've ever been with a guy that wasn't, like, you know, that I didn't take a lot of time to get to know. You know, this is still really early in meeting him, but it just was like, it was just, I don't know. We were dancing the whole night. Like, I was dancing so much, I was sweating. And I don't even sweat. Like, when I'm in the gym, it takes me to do, like, some extra-ish to really, like, you know, sweat. And I was like, ooh, it's hot. Like, I was really sweating bullets from whining on him and just, like, yes, he was everything. Like, it was so much fun. It was the most fun that I had since I've been to China. That was the most fun that I had. Like, we were just, like, laughing, dancing. Like, his friends were like, oh, y'all lit. Like, we was having a good old time. I guess that's chemistry. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. But it was just, like, we didn't really have to say too much. It was just, like, a lot of chemistry between us. Like, had good laughs, good conversation. Like, we saw each other. We saw each other, you know? So now, here's where the bad stuff starts. The first red flag was that some girls walked in, and I felt like his friends were like, oh, like, all up on the girls. And then I saw him kind of looking, and I'm like, boy, don't play with me. Now, he saw me see him. So I was like, and he was like, oh, no, come on. It ain't even what you think it is. And I'm like, I ain't say nothing. I ain't even saying, you ain't mine. So, but, you know, have some respect, you know. But anyway, as we're leaving, we just kind of, like, having conversation first, like, you know, just having some time to ourselves. In China, like, if you go out, like, late night in the areas where, like, a lot of people like to party and stuff, you always see, like, hustlers, like either older ladies or older men. They like to pass out, like, flowers or, like, just selling something. So first he bought me, like, this one flower that the girl had, and I was like, oh, thank you, that's a sweet little gesture. And then another lady came and he was like, you know what? Give me a second. And he went and he bought all of her flowers. So I was like, so this lady had, like, a big tub full of, like, flowers, like roses. And he was like, I'll take them all. And granted, like, they were cheap, but I thought that was really, like, a sweet gesture. Where does this go from here? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I mean, I'm enjoying this, but, you know, it can continue for sure. Like, why would I not see you again after a night like this? And he's like, yeah, no, of course. Like, I feel the same way. I'm like, but I made a joke. I'm like, you sure you ain't got, like, no girlfriend or wife, kids? Like, and to my surprise, he's like, come on, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. And I'm like, do what? Oh, I wasn't even expecting that kind of reaction. Like, what is going on? Like, the way he reacted just told me something. Either he got kids, either he got a girl, either he out here in these streets. I don't know. But I wasn't liking the way he answered that question. I'm willing to have that conversation with you, but I'm a little tipsy and I want to have it like straightforward and honest and like let's be in a better setting. Like right now we're kind of like at an outing. Like let's have like a proper date, just me and you, like sitting down at a table and we could discuss things. And he did not want to answer the question. He tried to distract me by kissing me, and oh my God, it was like the best kiss ever. He's just a fine man, so his lips, everything. And I was like, you know what? Like I see what you're doing and it's not working, okay? So you're gonna tell me. And he was like, okay, here's the deal. Tomorrow, you give me a phone call and we can meet up for brunch and I'll answer any questions that you was like, look, it's really late. I don't want you taking like a normal taxi. Let me book you a taxi. And he's like, I don't have the right app, so here's the money. So he gave me money for like an expensive taxi, but he gave me like triple times the amount. And I thought that was weird. I was like, I don't need this much money. And he's like, no, take it. And I was like, I don't know. And it didn't come off as he's trying to show off. But it was a little bit like he wanted me to have that money for something. So the next day, he actually reached out. Like, he called me bright and early. Mind you, I got home at like 4 o'clock. No, I left early because I had work. I got home about 1 a.m. He's like, are you ready for brunch? And I'm like, sure, but like, I don't want to waste my time. Like, if there's like, if you're gonna drop a bomb on me, like, just tell me now. I won't be upset or anything. Just tell me. And he was like, okay. So I'm like, do you have kids? He's like, no. I'm like, do you have a wife? He's like, no. I'm like, do you have a girlfriend? He's like, yeah. I was very sad. I was like, oh, okay. Like, something about him actually calling and being like proactive. I didn't think that he would tell me he had a girlfriend. But he had a girlfriend. But at the end of the conversation, he's like, I hope you're not upset or anything. And I'm like, no, but if I was her, I would be upset because like we kissed and like, you know, this is our second date. And also like when we met, like you were very much like open and out there about the plans that you had for me, you know, like getting to know me and things like that. So, I mean, if I was her, I'd be really like disappointed in your behavior. And he's like, yeah, you know, but I just had, like, I liked you from the moment that I met you, and I just didn't want, like, he basically was saying, like, I am being greedy. Like, I have someone, but, like, I really didn't want to, like, let you go without, like, extending myself, getting your number and stuff. And then he explained that, like, the reason why he wasn't super proactive in the beginning was because of that situation, obviously. So my intuition was right. When I was saying that there was something not sitting right with me about the way he was moving, that's what it was. Homie had a whole girlfriend. But for some reason, I think because I had like such a good night, I wasn't upset with him. You know what I mean? I kind of was like bummed, like, ah, damn. But at the same time, I wasn't like, oh my God, you was on my, why would you? I wasn't upset with him. And then the fact that he was actually being honest, even if it was like way later, he was actually being honest. And he's like, but wait, do you think that we can continue growing? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he was like, you know, like, even though I got a girl, like, can we still have something? Like, is something there? Like, why put it to waste? And I'm like, why would I continue to date you if you have a girlfriend? And he was like, I don't know, like, it's not gonna hurt. Like, he kind of pretty much was saying, like, if you want to do that, I'm down for it. And I told him, I'm like, look, I'm not open to being your side piece, so no thank you. The thing is, although I definitely turned him down and we never like spoke on that level anymore, we only like checked in on each other, like, hey, how you doing, that kind of thing. I couldn't stop thinking about him. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's because the fact that like I know he wants me and we have such a connection, we had such a great night, and then he has a girlfriend. I don't know what it was, but I wasn't as turned off by him as I should have been. But yeah, so I stalked his Instagram for so long until like I got tired of looking at his face. But like he could have, like, if I could put a man together, he had like 70% of the qualities, you know. Obviously being faithful is not one of them, but like I don't know, the chemistry, the looks, like the fun, like the conversation, the gentle, like he was very much like the flowers and stuff. I like that kind of stuff. He was very much like a romantic, and then the French accent, like I was like, but yeah, that is my story, and it was crazy. In the comments, let me know if you've ever met a guy like this, or girl, or if you ever been in a situation like this. And also let me know what you would have done if you were me. Like, would you have continued it? Would you like have, you know, maybe had a fling? Would you have like cursed him out? Like, what would you have done in my situation? And that's the end of my story time, guys. Gotta go. Let me know if you like this short hair. I think I want to keep it for the summer and possibly like just lighten it, you know. See you guys later. Bye.